Hello, beloved. I thank you so much for your time and I thank you for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. This will be your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I do offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings. For $50 per month, you get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, career and finances, as well as ancestral messages. You'll find the link to my Patreon listed down in my description box below. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google. Search it and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. Without further ado, let us tap in and find out why were you spiritually led here? What is here for you, beloved? Why did you resonate with the title? And why did your own YouTube algorithm present you with this message? Let us tap in and talk to God, okay? We have the Eight of Pentacles energy here. We have Virgo energy, okay, with the Eight of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Wands. We have Aries energy with the Seven of Wands. All right. We have the Four of Cups. We have Scorpio energy with the Four of Cups. So what I'm seeing here, beloved, it's like what I'm seeing here is that there was a group of people, right? 3+, right? The number of people involved within this is 3+ people, right? And each of them played a specific role in this situation with regards to you. And the role that they played, like each of these people are looking down or somewhat like, it's like pretending not to see, right? Or pretending not to know, pretending not to understand, pretending something is not going on, something's not happening. These people did a lot of pretending here with regards to something that has to do with you, right? And they were pretending for a very long time. I do see that here, like a while, okay? Yeah, they with the moon, it's like they tried their best to really shut something out of their brain, out of their heart, where it's like pretending to the extent and the level of like, this is not happening, or this didn't happen, or that's not how it happened, or that's not what happened, right? With regards to a situation that has to do with you here. it's like they knew exactly what you were going through with regards to something, but they never showed up for you, stood up for you, helped you, did something about it, said something about it. Every one of these people turned a blind eye for a while, a long time, right? And the relationship you had with these people, whoever they were to you, take it how it applies for your reality. However, whoever they were to you, they failed you. They did. All right? They did. Because what you went through could have did more damage than what happened, and rather what you went through could have escalated in a crazier manner, because it would have done more damage than it actually did. We have the Five of Swords. Yeah, these people, they failed you here. They failed you numerous times. Each time they turned a blind eye or pretended or faked or acted that they were not seeing something happening, it was them choosing and deciding to fail you, right? They failed you. And time again, as they did so, God was prepping a way out of this situation for you, so that you get to the other side of this and then they get to live with this. The biggest vengeance of all is the one God takes in our favor, on our behalf. And God is avenging you and vindicating you and justifying everything that has to do with the situation here with regards to you. Because slowly but surely you're getting to the other side of this circumstance, and the trauma and the pain and the hurt, and everything else that kept you bound to the circumstance. You are getting to the other end of it. And these people, what's happening to them, you have no idea how deep it goes in terms of shame, guilt, humiliation, regret, embarrassment, right? Because you did not deserve this. This was something that happened to you that you really didn't deserve. And they had authority and power and certain control over what was happening to you, but nothing was done or said to help. You suffered and they watched. You suffered and they did nothing. They said nothing. We have the Knight of Cups. I'm being called to take it reversed. Yeah, these people, they have begun to hate themselves, hate who they are. It's like they feel like because of what they let happen, they are not good people. Because of what they let happen, they deserve this struggle, or they deserve this humiliation, guilt, regret, embarrassment, the shame, right? It's very deep. Like it's like they're cloaked with that energy. They're walking in misery, in sadness, in agony of the truth of the situation and what it did and how worse it could have turned out. We have the Nine of Cups. Their biggest wish is to rewind and go back in time and fix their failure. Like they feel like if they had stepped up to the plate, right? If they had played their role in the right way for you, and the situation, um you would have been saved from something here, or you would have never went through this level of trauma, pain, or hurt. We have the Four of Swords. It haunts them every night, every day. They're haunted. I can't believe I let this happen. I can't believe I let this happen. They're very much haunted. And every day they have to live with it. Like, it's not that they can forget it and move on, or pretend again and act again and fake it again. They have to live with it every day, every night. We have Cancer energy. We have Aquarius energy. We have Scorpio energy, double Cancer energy. We have double Pisces energy. We also have Libra energy as well. We have the Tower here. We have triple Scorpio energy. We have Temperance, Sagittarius energy with Temperance. God is putting these people through a lot because they need to pay for what they've. It's like they didn't need to be the ones doing something to you or putting you through something for them to pay for it. It's like an accomplice to a certain crime. They also get convicted because they witnessed it, right? That's just an analogy, a reference point, a case study, an example where they have to take accountability whether or not they want to justify the whys and the buts. It gets harder and harder every day for these people to live with this. It's like they have to find some coping mechanisms and just some ways of life that put them in a predicament of feeling less of how they feel every day, every night, which is less pain, less misery, less guilt, less regret, less shame, less humiliation, less embarrassment. It's hard. Like, every day you have to deal with something that you don't even have it in you to really look at it, but you have to face it every day, but you don't, because you don't have it in you to look at it and really reflect on the reality and truth of it, authenticity and originality and realness of it. Like, you just can't, and you have to find a way to then coexist with that same thing, because you can't face it and it lives on within you regardless, within these people, right? It's a hard life. Everything triggers them. Like, whenever something nice or good happens, or they receive something nice or good, or even good news or any good experience, they feel like they don't deserve it because of what they let happen to you. They feel like they shouldn't even have this experience or be in this experience because of what they let happen to you. It's like, how am I going to, another analogy, reference point, case study, and example is like somebody stealing food from another person's mouth, and then they out here eating real good. They trying to feed their own people or feed themselves, but then it took them having to steal food from another person's mouth so that they can be full. How do you live with yourself, right? Either you have to really be have some form of problem mentally, spiritually, emotionally, or you just have to pretend, right? For as long as you can act and fake the funk until you can't. And these people have reached that predicament. They just can't hide from this anymore. They have to find a way to coexist with it. It's that real. We have the Knight of Pentacles here. This is what's happening to them is like a long time coming, right? It's a long time coming. It's something that was bound to happen. It was meant to occur in their reality. It's a long time coming, right? It had to be this way. And God had to remove you before the real karma hits, right? God had to remove you just in time so that you don't face any more trauma and pain and hurt within this situation and these people involved. And now that you are not in the picture, you think like, okay, it's a way better way to coexist. It's way better to coexist with this for them, but your absence is like more haunting than your presence. Every day, like, can you imagine every day? Two of Pentacles energy, like every day you just back and forth coexisting with this thing inside of you that you can't even address. You will never go there with yourself. You'll never look at it. You'll never feel it. You'll never want to, because it's a reflection, it's a mirror of something that has to do with you significantly. That's where these people are at. That's where they constantly find themselves at every day, no matter what these coping mechanisms are, or these distractions, or whatever they are doing to hide themselves from this shame, this guilt, this embarrassment, this humiliation, this misery, this regret, this pain, this hurt that they're now facing. You know, they could have prevented this karma if they did right, but they allowed you to go through something and they kept doing nothing, saying nothing, until it was so much that you had to do something about it for yourself. You had to choose yourself, and God had to give you the strength, give you the power, give you everything you needed in this situation to make it out of this predicament, this state of being. They did nothing. They failed you time and time again. They did absolutely nothing. They didn't say anything. Nothing was done. I just feel a level of heaviness that is too much to bear. They are dibbling and dabbling in so many coping mechanisms and things that are helping them coexist, or distractions, or people that, like, they're just drowning in all of this. Like, it's so heavy. Like, I'm channeling a lot of heaviness. Like, it's heavy to the extent that, like, if they could take it out of themselves, that heaviness, and like put it away, because it feels tangible. It feels so heavy that like you can hold the weight and kind of like put it somewhere else. We have the Devil. We have Capricorn energy here. We have double Virgo energy here, and double Taurus energy as well. We have the King of Wands. We have double Aries energy, double Sagittarius energy, and we have Leo energy as well. Triple Sagittarius energy, actually, with this 10 of Wands. Look at this. This is heaviness, right? um them having to live with it, that's the true karma of all of this. Having no way to receive closure or healing is part of the karma. They have to walk this journey, this path of heaviness. All right, it's a requirement for them to go through the karma, and karma can last a lifetime, because some things that we do as people, some sins that we have, it takes a lifetime to cleanse it. It takes a lifetime, our lifetime of existence. That's why people can spend their whole lives in jail, like, you know what I'm saying? And jail doesn't have to be behind a cell. Your own mind can be a form of jail. It can put you in a cell of its own, your own emotions, your own heart, your own spirit, especially if it feels like there's just no way out of a certain state of being within your mind, your heart, and your spirit. You're just in something, a loop, constantly feeling this, thinking about this. It's over and over again. It's jail. It's a cell on its own. And that's where these people are at. And that's what their life consists of until God decides otherwise, until God says, okay, but then that's God's decision. And who knows? Because it differs. And there's a lot of variables and contributing factors and layers to everything, right? Thank you so much for joining me on the Prophetic Vessel Show. This was your message from God, Ra, Allah, Source, the Divine. I'm grateful for your time. To those whom are keen or interested in becoming members of my Patreon, on my Patreon, I do offer weekly sign readings for $10 per month based on love as well as spiritual path. I also offer on my Patreon personal readings. For $50 per month, you get a personal reading from me every month based on love, spiritual path, career and finances, as well as ancestral messages. The link to my Patreon will be found down in my description box below. You can also join my Patreon by typing what is on the screen via Google. Search it, and it'll lead you to my Patreon website. I thank you all for everything, and I will see you all soon. Goodbye.